Most people know they should dial 911 to report a crime in progress. A fire, a
All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. This is our 9:30 a.m. meeting. I would like to ask the clerk to call the roll to establish the presence of a quorum.
Supervisor Wasserman?
Here.
Supervisor Cortese? Supervisor Yeager? Vice President Chavez?
Here.
And President Simidian.
Here.
You have a quorum.
With the presence of a quorum having been established, I'd ask that we now rise, and I'm going to ask Supervisor Cindy Chavez to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And that takes us to item number 3. Item 3 is public comment. Public comment is that portion of our agenda set aside for comments by members of the public on non-agendized items that are properly within the jurisdiction of our board. We do have one speaker today, perhaps two speakers today.
We got another one. Okay.
So,
somebody else showed up.
Scott Largent, to be followed by Leonard Williams. Welcome.
Good morning, everyone. How are you today? I never miss any of these. Well, I missed a couple. One when I was camping out in Santa Clara County Jail for protesting. I try not to miss the meetings, so I stay on top of that. Yesterday, well, my cousin's a PE coach at Campbell Middle School, and he got a smaller megaphone, which is it's a little more, it tends to keep me out of trouble. The other big one that I bought on Craigslist is super loud. It's very effective, but it's kind of intimidating, so I try using this one. What I did yesterday with my frustration with the upper brass of the PD of changing these, just kind of addressing this tow issue, is what I do is I start talking to all the beat officers, and they all know me pretty well out there, and when you add a little humor into everything at shift change, they really start to absorb things. So I'm out there telling them, hey, courtesy tow, Meadows tow, you need to stay away from these dirty dogs, they steal homeless people's stuff. And what I'm trying to get them to do, since the city council won't address this, and the upper brass thinks that they fixed the problem, but they really haven't, because more people that I've met have continued to lose their things. And when they go to Courtesy and Meadows Tow, they treat them just horrible in that lobby. They tell them you can't access stuff. One other couple that I knew when I was living on the streets, they gave them 5 minutes to get everything out of their motorhome. Now, I don't understand how that's even possible. And then Robert Aguilar, that comes in here, another homeless advocate, when they impounded his vehicle at Courtesy Tow, he had a 12-pack of beer around the world that he had in his car, and he had a Bible that he had some photographs and an album. When he went into Courtesy Tow, his beer of the month was up on the shelf, his Bible was off to the side, and they told him it's no longer his property. So it's really mean to do. When you go onto Yelp and you look up Courtesy and Meadows Tow, you'll see all the disasters of everything that they're pulling off. So what I've been doing is I kind of rotate all the way around San Jose PD's parking lot, and I talk to every single officer out there, and I say, please, you officers can make a difference. You cannot use these tow companies. And when those numbers pop up on there, hey, you can just say maybe it's disconnected, maybe it's the incorrect number. I do the same thing with dispatch. I know a lot of the dispatchers over there, and hey, if the city's not going to address it, they can really make a difference. So I'm trying to figure out different routes of doing this. And I'd also like to do this with our bar association that I believe is a scam. When people are reporting attorneys, all they're doing is protecting them. So why don't we create something that's different than the bar association so the public can chime in? Same with internal affairs, same with the independent police auditor, same with San Jose's internal affairs. I just think it's better. We have access to chest cameras, police reports, everything prior to having the county either give them a deal or drop the charges. We can accumulate all this information and create our own system. Because I don't think the current system works. I think it protects the establishment all the time, and we don't get fact-finding investigations. So let's just wipe it out, bypass it, and start creating something that will work for the public. I think it'll work. I really do. So thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Williams, you're up next under public comment. Welcome.
Good morning, Leonard Williams. I'm here on behalf of Patient Family Advisory Team at Valley Medical Center. And the reason I'm here is I haven't been here in a long time because of medical conditions. I want to thank our staff, which is Renee and Paul and all of them who have been so supportive of us. You don't get to see what we do as PFAP members As ambassador, I get to travel around, I get to meet people, and my main clinic is East Valley. One of the new things they're working on is in Cindy's area, which is East Valley, they have appointed Bob Gazinski and I as chair and co-chair, so we no longer have what they call a champion, which usually the champion is somebody from the offices, you know, like nurses and stuff. They do sit in the meetings, but they don't run them. Now we have a total running meeting with all patients running the meetings. We set the agenda, we write the agenda, we make up the whatever we want to do, and I think that's going to go throughout the area. We have now, like I said, 10 different ones, and we get a lot of support. So we want to thank each and every one of you. We want to thank our staff, our hospital staff. They come into the meetings when they can. Our meetings are open, so you're welcome to come anytime, see what's going on. We're very transparent. We're not going to hide anything. Everything we say and do is public knowledge. So thank each and every one of you. I want to thank our staff who has worked so hard, and we're going to keep going, and we're going to make our patient family advisory team the best in the area. And I've gone to a couple of conferences, and I will tell you, they have asked me, how do you do it? We don't have what you have. So we are at Valley Medical Center on the cutting edge. So thank you, everybody, for all the hard work they're doing.
Thank you very much. Let me just confirm with our clerk that we have no other cards under public comment. We do not. That takes us then to item number 4. Item number 4, colleagues, is to approve the consent calendar and or any changes to the Board of Supervisors agenda. The consent calendar today, of course, consists of items 7, 8, 9, and 10. Do we have any members who would like to request a change to items on the consent calendar? If not, I'm going to ask the clerk to please display the voting panel on our screen so that someone can offer up a motion to approve the consent calendar as contained in our published agenda. Madam Clerk. Alternatively, I'm going to ask for a member of the board to simply speak right up and say that they move approval of the consent calendar as contained in our published agenda. Motion by Chavez. Do we have a second? We have a second by Supervisor Yeager. Any comment or questions before we take action? If not, would all those in favor of the consent calendar please say aye? Aye. Are there any opposed? Are there any abstentions? There are none, and so the measure passes 5-0, and we'll ask that that be recorded. That takes us to items removed from the consent calendar. That is item number 5. There are no such items. That takes us to item number 6, which is to adjourn. In the absence of any objection and hearing none, the meeting stands adjourned. Thank you all very much.